Hey guys, welcome to episode 9. We're talking about the Apex Trigger and going through a couple of examples of Apex Trigger, how we are using Apex Trigger in the Salesforce and different contexts that the Apex Trigger is needed. So in this episode, we're going to talk about this is the episode 9. So we're going to talk about the writing a trigger to create a contact upon creating a new account record. That means whenever you are creating a new account record, automatically it needs to create a contact record. So there are some other provisions too. According to your business requirements, you can add other clause, other conditions, or specify the records how you create. But simply what you're going to see is, if you are creating a new account record, we are creating a contact record to the related account record. So for that, we need three things to remember. As usual, trigger type, it is after trigger because the action will fire right after inserting the records in the account object. And the trigger context is just after insert. Upon updating, it does not fire. Only after inserting the record in the account record, the trigger should fire. And the object is account. So, in summary, we're writing a trigger that will fire from the account record, from the account object, upon inserting any record in the account object, and that will create a contact record which is related to the account object. So without delay, let's go to the developer edition org. Here's the developer edition org. And this is the developer console. I'm going to create a new trigger here, Apex trigger. This is episode 9. So I'm just giving simply the name of scenario 9. And the object is not contact. So now the object is account. So I pick the name of the trigger and a subject, that is account. Hit submit. Let me open the new session ID because this session is invalid. That means we need to log in again. Go to developer console. Try creating the new Apex trigger. Okay. Let me pick from here. Scenario 9. The object is account. Hit submit. Here you go. So let me remove this trigger. Okay. So we have the trigger now. The trigger is scenario 9. That's the name of the trigger. You can give any meaningful name to the trigger. Object is account. But the trigger context when the trigger should fire is not before trigger. It is after insert trigger. So let me specify the trigger context again. Trigger that is insert and trigger type is after. Then this trigger should fire. So as we talked in the last episode, we're writing trigger handle classes. So for this trigger also, I'm going to write a trigger handle class. That's the best practice suggested by the Salesforce while writing the trigger. So now for writing the trigger handle class simply is Apex class. So I'm going to write a new Apex class. So for that, what you need is contact record creation. So give any meaningful name you can give upon adding account. I'm going to give the long name. So that way I'll not get confusion. So, okay. So this is the trigger handle class I've created. For trigger handle class, let me create one method. Public static. Something is happening here. Public static. Wait, let me give one method name. Create contact list. Let me create a method. Public static void create contact list. That's the name of the method I'm going to keep. And I need to pass the list of records from the trigger to this Apex class to process. So account list. Let me create this method. So for the list of accounts, I need to pass that from the trigger and from the trigger. So for that, let me go to the trigger again. Try to call the trigger. Try to call the trigger handler class. Method name is create contact list. This is the method name. What to pass from here is list of the newly created records. This is it. Again, go back to the Apex class. So here's the thing. So we got account list of account records, which are recently created, and they are ready to insert in the contact object. So for that, what you need is, let's create a contacts collection variable. Contact list of contacts equals to new list of contact. Hope you know how to create this collection variable. Now what you need is list of account records. Account list that we have it here. So we're gonna run a for loop here. And we already have the list of contact list we have already created there. Here we are running all the list of account records that were recently inserted. So for that, again, we need to create a contact object instance here. It's equals to new contact. Here, contact record. For every contact record, we need to assign the value here. Account ID should be the ID of newly created record. Say this is the ID we are passing. Contact record dot first name should be the name, simply the name that we give in the account. Contact record should keep the last name because that's the required field, I guess. Last name should be account dot name plus testing new record. Okay. All right. So contact record dot phone should be counted phone. You can pass any number of records here. And what you have to do is we have to add all those records into the contact list. So contact list, because that we're gonna insert it. List.add. Let me write a function here. Add function. Why it's not accepting? Add. Let me make sure that I'm writing the correct way. Contact record. So I'm adding all the variables here. All the values for this variable, contact record. So it is ready now. So after this for loop, we are going to insert the list of contacts. This is the contact list. Hit save. Hit save. Okay. So both the classes, Apex trigger and the trigger handler class has been saved. Now go to the developer edition org again and test it. So our scenario was writing a trigger on creating a contact records upon creating a new account records. So let me create it. Hit new. Account name, let me give testing contact. Account number 123, can give anything. Prospect, rating, let's say is hot. Phone number, say 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7. You can give any phone number. That's just for testing. We need the phone number we already provided. We need an account ID that will be automatically generated. First name, last name, we all configured everything. Just check that if there's any required field missing. I don't think so. So for now, let's hit save. Upon hitting save, you see that this account record has the related contact record. That is testing contact is the first name, testing contact, testing that we give, testing new record as a new name for that as the last name. So you see, this is the name. This is concatenated. You can separate it. You can configure it in a way that you want. But the concern is creating the contact record, and we have successfully created the contact record. So our trigger has been passed. I mean, the trigger is working. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.